vlog family. I am currently working in my craft room trying to organize my fabric a little bit more. I just recently got the shelves up on my wall right here. I'll show you a quick little sneak peek, but not anymore because I'm still trying to make my organizing my craft room video, the full process of it happen. So that's all you get to see. But something I wanted to do as a sort of display on those shelves is have my fabric up there and actually organized and looking nice. And the way I'm trying to do it is by wrapping it around cardboard pieces. And I got this idea from a TikToker that I watch who does a lot of long arm quilting, and she organizes all of the fabric that she buys, and she buys a yard or a half of a yard at a time. I saw on her videos she would buy these what are they called? They're comic book boards is what they're called, and she gets them off of Amazon. You can get 100 of them for almost $20. And I was looking and I really don't think I want to justify spending $20 on 100 of these, especially if it's not something that I actually end up wanting to do. But I have so much fabric, I thought it would be really fun to try. So I took a box that I had, cut it into 2 different sizes. So I have these longer boards, and then I have these slightly shorter squares. Lambeau, you can't be in here breathing that heavily when I'm trying to record, pup.
Lambeau.
And I just grabbed some fabric out of one of my many totes. And basically I'm just gonna try wrapping it around, seeing how it looks displayed on the shelves. And we have extra book ends that I can use to keep all of the fabric standing. So that's what I'm gonna do, see how it looks, see if I like it or not, and see if I want to start cutting up more boxes that we aren't using. Yeah, I am really happy with that. I ended up taking all of the taller pieces that I had and cutting them in half, so all of them were about 6 by 6 inches. And I really like that because I can still keep all the bigger pieces that I have in a tote like that, but I have so much fabric that is in much smaller pieces that it makes sense to have them wrapped up smaller like this, somewhere where it is much easier to see them and they are not hidden under all the larger pieces of fabric. So I am very happy with how this looks. And look, I got those stuffed animals on it. It's so cute! It is the next day now, and I am doing the exact same thing I was doing in the last clip, and that is making more fabric, mini bolts, I guess. I have all of those that I just did. I cut up a whole nother box, so I have all of this that I can still wrap things around before I need to go find another box to cut up. But I'm so obsessed with how that looks. I need all of my fabric to be that. The way I'm doing this is I'm putting my fabric essentially into 3 or 4 categories. And the biggest category so far is the stuff that is the right size to be put onto these little cardboard squares. And which I knew most of it would be because I don't have that much really crazy large fabric. The pieces that I do have that are really large, I'm just currently sticking on this chair. And those are gonna go back into the totes, and those are gonna stay in the totes because I don't want any large bolts. I don't think I have the space or the means to make really large bolts. Maybe I will. Maybe find some big boxes and just make really big, normal sized bolts. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I might actually do that. Stay tuned. Then I also have just this little tiny pile going that's right here of little tiny pieces of fabric that are not big enough to put on even these little 6 by 6 inch squares. And I don't quite know what I'm gonna do with those yet because I have this bin up here that is scrap remnants, but these pieces are too big for me to want to put in there. So I don't quite know what I'm gonna do with them yet. I might still just throw them in there. I might not. I don't know. But another really good reason for me to be staying in my craft room working on organizing my fabric, or should I say a good excuse to do this, is I am waiting on my sewing machine to get here. By the time you are seeing this vlog, I would have already posted a video unboxing the sewing machine, but as I am recording this vlog, have not received it yet. It is out for delivery right now. It is supposed to come today, and I realized, I saw in the email when it said it was out for delivery that I have to sign for it, which I did not know at the time that I have to sign for it. I'm glad, because it was expensive and I really don't want it just left on my front doorstep, but also I didn't know that. So I'm glad I didn't have something going on today. So I'm just home in my craft room looking outside because the front of our house is right here, so I can see when somebody pulls up to deliver it, and then hopefully go get it, sign for it, and then I will have that. But that's another reason why I am just staying in the craft room, working on fabric, watching videos, organizing, getting my shelves looking all nice, because I need to make sure I am right here when the person comes, so I don't miss that. I just realized I didn't actually say what like the fourth category I was separating fabrics into was. The fourth one is kind of like quilting pieces. A lot of this fabric that I'm going through right now is fabric that I got from my grandma, and she had a lot of like partially started quilts and quilting things in her fabric that she gave me. So like this is one of the pieces that was in there. Like this is a, I can actually open it all the way and show you what the heck it is. Ooh, there you go. So it's like a quilting square, so you'd be able to like cut it out and use any of those pieces that you wanted for whatever you were doing. Same with this piece. And this is not like, these are too small to go on these squares anyway. Like this would be considered like a too small of a piece. Ignore this fabric under it. But also it's not a repeating pattern, so it wouldn't really fit with all of this other fabric anyway, because that is mostly just repeating patterns or solid colors. So these I am setting aside to keep with the other like quilting things. Like this is another example of that, where it's like an actual like a quilting square. I don't know what that's called. But then like this is actually a partially started quilt already. Like this is, I think I'm planning on finishing it to be like a fun table runner. But this was already started and going. And so that I'm obviously not gonna wrap, but so that's the fourth like category that I was putting all of my fabric in, if that makes any sense.